Yesterday, we went out for sashimi for lunch around 2, I think, or no, 1:30. And I ate a whole bunch of sashimi. When we got back home, I passed out for 3 hours.
3 hours. All that delicious raw fish.
I couldn't deal with it. I was just like, I can't stay awake, Johnny.
That's me right now. Anyway, hello and welcome to Tea is Good, Books Are Better, the podcast where we drink tea and talk about books. My name's Raven.
And I'm Jess.
What's new, Jess?
What's new with you?
With me? Oh, you know.
No, I don't. We're both like, preparing for Christmas.
Yeah. Is that new?
I don't know. It's new this year.
How's your Christmas shopping going?
It's half the year. I mean,
That's it?
yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I noticed you've got a bunch of presents under your tree.
Yeah.
You're like very on top of your game.
I started shopping a couple of months ago.
Damn. Okay, impressive.
I'm always impressed by people who like are finished shopping by August.
See, that makes no sense to me.
No.
No. Like, why? Like, okay, I guess for me, just the idea of Christmas shopping is so stressful.
Yeah.
That I don't understand why people would want to extend that into other parts of the year. But I guess maybe it makes sense because they're like stretching it out.
Yeah,
so it doesn't
that's
become
exactly
super
what it
stressful.
is for me.
Are you saying you started in August?
I started in around September.
Yeah, that's a long time ago.
And it was like one gift per month.
Oh, okay, that's
So like I really stretched it out.
Okay. Yeah, because I've been like madly buying stuff. Like whenever I'm in the mall, it's just like, okay, I gotta get like 1 or 2 gifts like while I'm here.
I just hate like condensing all of my spending to 1 month.
Oh
And I
yeah,
end up so broke.
that too. All right, I will concede. Makes sense. Are you looking forward to Christmas this year?
Meh.
Yeah. Every time people like, there's these people at work who are like those types of people who are super excited about every single holiday and like go all out and whatever, and they're like come bouncing into the office, you know, and they're like, are you excited for Christmas? And I'm like, bruh, I haven't had a good Christmas in like 10 years.
Plus working retail, like you don't even get like many days off.
That too, yeah.
Which sucks. Like I don't get many days off. Probably
Mhm.
if I'm lucky I'll get 2 days off. Christmas and another day.
Yeah, like I'm working on Christmas Eve and on Boxing Day. Like
So
I get to sandwich Christmas in between the two like most stressful days of the year. Like
right? Like that's not
yeah.
why don't we get more days off? It'd be more exciting if it was more of a vacation.
Yeah. For sure.
Otherwise it's like a stressful thing.
Yeah, and then also when you're working in retail, it's just like you kind of take on everyone else's stress too.
Yeah!
Because you get all the like customers who are like coming in and freaking out and they're like, I need this and this and this and this, and then so you start to panic. Yeah, you panic for them, you're trying to help them out, and then they get more and more panicked and when you don't like have something, and then yeah, they start getting pissed and they like take it out on you.
Oh my god, I remember at Tim Hortons, like people would come in, like December was when the customers were like so asshole-ish. Like they were so mean and it's because they were stressed out about all the Christmas shit. But I was like,
yeah, it's like,
oh crap, why are you taking it on innocent people?
God damn. Have I ever told you that story about one time I was at Tim Hortons and I think what happened was I was waiting for my meal like at the end of the counter, you know, like the waiting area. And then one of the employees walks over with like a sandwich, and they're like, I've got a blah 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 sandwich. A customer comes and it's like, oh, that's mine, and takes it and leaves, right? And then someone who was standing next to me was like, excuse me, was that the one with like extra chipotle? And then the customer's like, or the employee was like, yeah. And she was like, that was actually mine. And the employee obviously apologized and like went to go make another one. And then this woman starts like bitching to her daughter about the employee. She's like, this is why you should never work in like a retail place, and this is why they like they barely make any money, and blah blah blah. And she's just bitching and bitching, and I was just jaw to the floor, like listening to this, not believing that it's real. Like, one, tainting the mind of this young child who's now gonna look down on all like service workers.
Yeah.
2, you didn't fucking say it was your sandwich until after someone else had grabbed it.
Like, Tomorrow doesn't have a number system. They just scream out the order and you go on and freaking listen.
Yeah, like, what do you fucking got your finger up your nose? If it's your order, then say something. Oh.
If she worked service ever, she would understand.
Yeah.
These customers.
That's how you know someone's never worked a service job.
Everyone should work service jobs just to learn a little bit of humbling.
Yeah, learn some fucking sympathy.
Yeah.
But yeah, that like, ooh, that choked me. I'm trying to remember if I said something.
Ooh.
I think I did say something.
What the fuck?
I think I was like,
shit.
I don't remember exactly if I did or not, but I feel like I did. I feel like I was like, look, they're trying their hardest. Or something like that. Mm-hmm. Like, I think if she had had a big response, then I would remember.
Yeah.
So I think that she probably just like looked away or something. Like, didn't say anything. But yeah, I'm like pretty sure I said something. What's your like worst retail story?
It's probably the first time I've had like a terrible customer at Tim Hortons, because I'd never experienced terrible customers before, and like I really didn't know about it.
Oh, like how to handle it?
Like, I never even knew like customers were nasty like that, like for no reason. Like, I had no idea. So I was like,
well, what happened?
Like totally like sweet and like expecting good customers and shit. I think I was new. I was still a trainee, and this lady comes and she's like immediately like huffing and like talking really condescending to me.
Oh.
And it's like a huge order, and she keeps going back and changing it and stuff, and like she's being so wonky, like she doesn't know what she wants.
Right.
She keeps going back, changing things, and then it's like a really big order, and it's like Tim Hortons policy to read the order back. And like when I like started reading it back to her, she like starts pulling her hair and stamping her feet, going, "Why can't you just get it right the first time?" And her daughter beside her looked so embarrassed. And then the daughter was like, "Just tell me, I'll listen." So I read it all to her daughter. Her daughter confirms it's correct. And then like it turns out it wasn't correct. Oh, like she wanted like soup and sandwiches for every like combo or something. It was weird. And like when I told her that that's not what she ordered, she like lost her mind. She looked at her daughter like, I told you this girl's an idiot." Yeah. I was so upset. I just like stopped serving her right there. I didn't know what to do. And then she complained to a
supervisor?
But like, yeah, I think she was a supervisor. And then she scolded me. And I was like, she's like, "Next time, read the order back." And I'm like, "I did." And she's like, "Well, I don't know what to say to you." And I was so upset. I cried in the
what a cunt!
Right? I cried in the bathroom on my break afterwards.
Oh my god!
Because I had never experienced something like that. I was so mad.
Wow. And then her just automatically scolding you instead of asking you what happened. That is a shitty manager.
At that Tim Hortons, like there'd be customers who'd come in and like purposely order something and then like start screaming like, "I ordered something else." And you'd have other team members who heard her order this, but management still has to like give her like what she ordered and like give her a refund and be like, "Oh, I'm so sorry for this mistake."
Right.
Like Tim Hortons like
they just like bend over
customer
backwards.
Is always
and,
right.
Like, suck the
sucks.
customer's dick.
And like they're so like so many customers are so terrible to the employees because of this, because they know they can abuse and they'll get free shit.
Yeah, that's fucked up.
That's fucked up. So fuck Tim Hortons.
Honestly, yeah, fuck Tim Hortons. It's just gone down the drain.
It has. Quality shit.
In all ways. Anyway, we don't have to
They
get
don't
into
care
that.
about their employees.
Yeah, we've complained enough about Tim Hortons, probably. Yeah, I used to be a Tim Hortons girl.
Me too. I was like die-hard Tim Hortons fan. It was really exciting
and
to
people
be
would
hired
like,
there.
you know, be like, "Oh, I'm going to Starbucks. Do you want anything, Raven?" And I'd be like, "I don't want your nasty ass Starbucks."
Same. I was such a Starbucks
I'm like, "I'm going to
hater."
Tim's later." But now I'm that bitch. I'm the one who like walks into the office and I'm like, "Anyone want Starbucks?" Oh, excuse me, I don't say Starbucks, I say Starbies. Anyone want me to get you some Starbies?
Yeah.
That's
Same.
me now.
Find
Yeah.
a good coffee or a good drink anywhere and go to Starbucks. Like,
The only thing Starbucks doesn't do well is tea. The tea is always way too weak,
oh,
way too watery,
oh,
and like the sweeteners are like so blah. It's just, yeah.
can you keep the tea bag in the water?
Yeah, they give it to you with
And
it
it's
in there.
still weak as fuck.
And it's still weak.
Oh.
Yeah, I mean, maybe I'm just not ordering the right tea or something, but like, if I'm ordering a black tea, and I
Yeah.
leave the tea bag in there for like 3
It
hours,
should have a good,
you think it should
strong
have a
taste.
flavor. And doesn't Starbucks use like Teavana tea?
They do.
Yeah, so
Is
maybe
that
that's why
Teavana
Teavana went under. Yeah. Anyway. That was an intro.
Yeah, damn, where'd that come from? We just pulled it over our asses.
Yeah, that was like actually just off the cuff.
Yeah, we're like, fuck.
Normally we
nothing
like take
happened.
notes and we're like, I guess we should get into this topic. But that one we just rolled on out. Oh, have you watched The Mandalorian yet?
Yeah.
And?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's good shit.
And Baby Yoda.
Really cheesy, but really good.
But in like that classic Star
Right?
Wars way.
In classic Disney Star Wars mash.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, what do you like about it? Besides the
I
cheesiness.
really like. Is it the CGI, the graphics,
Mm.
production? It's
The visual
great.
effects?
Yeah.
Did
No.
you watch the one where he fights that monster and Baby Yoda uses the Force?
Yeah.
That monster looked so real.
It looks so good.
I was like, actually, I couldn't stop commenting on it while I was watching it. My friends were probably like, Raven, shut up. Because I was like, holy shit, look at the shadow under the... Look at the way its hoof like affects the sand. Because I've been watching Corridor Crew, which is this YouTube group of visual effects guys.
Ooh.
Who like, they break down visual effects and like talk about the methods behind it and like what's a good visual effect versus a bad visual effect. And
Yeah.
blah 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 blah. So I'm starting to appreciate it more. And like the number one thing that can make or break a visual effect is lighting.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm like looking at this monster thing that's coming after Mando, and I'm like, whoa, look at the sun glow on its back. Yeah.
I really like, what's that machine that walks on two legs?
ATST?
I don't know.
Imperial Walker.
Yeah. I really like that in that episode. I thought it looked
Like the rusted...
intimidating.
The rusted one?
The I don't remember the episode where he has to save this village.
Yeah, so it's like rusty and it's like
Yeah.
covered in like moss and like it looks like a jungle.
I always found them cute in the movies, but it was really intimidating in this episode. I was like, whoa.
Yeah, the way it rises up out
yeah,
from behind
and
the
it's
trees
like,
with
you,
its
like,
glowing
really
red
see
eyes.
how big it is, and like it's stomping and shit.
They're really fucking nailing it.
Yeah. I really like the robots and the androids and such too.
Did you say androids?
Yeah, I don't know
No.
if they're androids.
They're not. They're
Robots.
droids. There's a difference.
Okay.
Let's get into the difference. Define, you know what? Let's do droid versus android.
Cool.
Okay, this is how you know you're a nerd. You look up something like droid versus android and you're like, okay, we're gonna be talking about human cyborg beings versus like Star Wars robots. But no,
Yeah.
it's like Droid is the name of a line of smartphones offered by Verizon Wireless. These phones run on the Android operating system.
I'm sure the big common sense that putting Android in there was going to bring up Samsung. Should put in brackets, robots.
Oh boy. Oh, okay, here it is. A droid is a robot.
Thanks.
Especially one made with some physical resemblance to a human. While an android is a robot that is specifically designed to look and act like a human.
Okay.
Indeed. Have you seen or played that video game, Detroit Become Human?
No.
Oh, well. Never mind it. It's all about Android. Okay. Cool. Anything else about The Mandalorian that stands out? No?
Is there more lore about the Star Wars universe aside from Jedis?
Mm-hmm. Which is cool.
Yeah, I appreciate it.
Mm-hmm.
It's fun.
It's very fun. Did you watch the most recent one? Not the one from Friday, but the one from before that?
Not this Friday, but last weekend? Yeah, I've seen them all.
That was the one where he, like, teams up with someone trying to join the bounty hunter guild.
Oh, yeah.
And, like, they go after that Asian lady.
Yep.
That episode actually felt weird to me.
Did it?
Like, it felt kind of like filler.
It could have been.
Well, I was like, how does this relate to the rest of the story? Because everything wraps up in a nice little bow at the end. The guy dies.
Yeah.
The girl dies.
Yeah.
And, like, what's left? What is affected?
I feel like a lot of the episodes are bows. Like that village one where he saves the village and helps them rebuild it and they're all good and happy.
But for that one, I feel like he had, like, a lesson takeaway. Because he tried to leave Baby Yoda there. But then, you know, there was, like, the bounty hunters still coming for him. And so the point of that episode was that he learned that he can't leave Baby Yoda anywhere. He has to be his protector.
Sure.
So that, I felt like, was the point of that one. But yeah, this most recent one is, like, I know what you mean about the episodes. A lot of them do feel like they tie up nicely.
That's why I call them cheesy.
Yeah. But the one from, the one where he teams up with that other bounty hunter to get him into the guild.
Yeah.
That was the one that actually made me be like, alright, I don't see anything that is going to be taken forward from this one.
Mm-hmm. Could have been filler.
But why would... I don't see why filler would be necessary at this point. Like, that would just be a waste of money.
Well, obviously not, because people are watching it.
Yeah, I don't know. But I was surprised. It was still a very entertaining episode, and I enjoyed every minute of it. But then I was like, huh? Okay. Anything else, or should we finally move on?
We should move on.
Okay, what are we drinking today, Jess?
It's the pumpkin spice chai latte.
This shit's good.
Nice.
Mm.
Mm-hmm.
Mm.
Mm-hmm.
Mm. I love chai and Earl Grey. Those are my favorites.
Me too.
Really?
Yeah.
Nice. Something I was gonna say to you is I tried to get in contact with your tattoo artist.
Oh, yeah?
I went through the website and I emailed her and I haven't heard anything back.
She hasn't responded to me either, so I'm assuming maybe she's on holidays?
Oh, maybe. Because I'm like...
Or maybe she's just focusing on what her clients... Because she's booked as fuck right now.
Yeah, but like it's an email.
I know.
You know?
She'll get to it when she gets to it, I guess.
I guess. But I've gotten to the point where I want to fucking get it.
Yeah.
You know? Oh, I've decided what I want.
Oh, what do you want?
It's super cheesy. So you can judge me. It's fine. Just understand that there's meaning behind it to me. Okay, right here on my forearm, I want to get the word right. Like right.
Okay.
Not right as in right-handed. Or
right as in
in
right.
the right direction, but right as in like a pencil to paper kind of thing.
Yeah.
Just as like a reminder to myself. And then here on my inner bicep on my left arm, I want to get This is the super cheesy one. I want to get the words high hopes for a living.
Yeah.
Yeah. Your face is like, are you sure?
No, it seems like
you sure that's what you want? If I were to explain it to defend myself, I understand it sounds cheesy.
How people get cheesy shit on them.
Yeah, and I judge the shit out of them.
Oh, so that's where their self-consciousness is coming from.
Well, also I had someone else judge me who I told to.
Fuck that person.
But like, also I get it, because I do that.
Fuck you.
But I don't try and tell people what to put on their bodies.
Oh shit.
If you want to get some cheesy shit, then fine, but I'm allowed to judge it. Okay, but for me, if I were to defend myself, I went through a period of time where someone close to me was telling me that, like, my writing wasn't gonna work out. So, you know, that's been, like, my dream since I was, like, a tiny child, and hearing that a lot, like, made me have a lot of self-doubt, because it's already such a competitive industry, and it's, like, I already have that anxiety.
Yeah.
So then the fact that this person was, like, now voicing it to me, and it was coming from someone else, like, was really, it really affected me. So, and then I heard the song High Hopes by Panic at the Disco. And it just spoke to me, like, the way he sang about, I guess the way I interpreted it was, like, you know, even if it doesn't work out, having those high hopes, like, then that's gonna be my career, because, you know, that it means something. And does that make sense?
It does.
I feel like I'm like,
I mean,
trying to string these words together.
Life. You should, you know, focus on your passions.
Exactly. Like, I could go and get...
Why join the rest of the cattle?
Join the rest of the cattle.
Why join the rest of the sheep?
Yeah.
When you can be yourself.
Aw. Yeah. See, so that's what it means to me.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway.
I mean, you can always look around for other tattoo artists if you want it right now.
It is, I feel like it's simple enough that it would be hard to fuck up.
Yeah. Just any decent tattoo artist, really.
But also, like, it is very fine detailing. Yeah. It's, like, thin letters that I'm
If you do lots of research and, like, look at their portfolios online, you can see, like, who have done writings and that sort of shit.
Right. I don't even know how to begin looking up tattoo artists.
Usually I look up tattoo places on Google Maps and click on their website and then go to their, like, tattoo directory, like their artists directory, and like they have like little like biographies on their tattoo artists, and like maybe they'll show some pictures of what their work and stuff.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool. Will you come with me?
Yeah. I'll hold your hand.
Thanks. I feel like I'm gonna be a pussy. Like, I think I'll be fine when it's actually getting tattooed, but I think afterwards I'm gonna, like, pass out.
This is basically what it's gonna feel like.
Ow!
It's not the worst. And they're gonna stop every few, like, moments.
Okay, and they, like, wipe away the blood or whatever, the ink?
Going. Yeah.
Okay. If I get a little wipe, I think I'll be okay.
And if you want a little cooling wipe, that feels nice.
Mm-hmm.
Cool down the skin. Yeah.
I think I'll survive then.
Yeah, you'll live.
But yeah, after I got the ear piercing and I nearly passed out like 5 times, I was like, maybe I should put that I tend to faint.
Maybe next time you should freaking eat.
Oh yeah, I didn't eat. I ate half a pancake.
Eat food. Stay hydrated.
Okay, alright.
And because it takes much longer than just like the
But maybe that's what, maybe it was the shock of it.
So you probably stay calm. Sometimes they'll talk to you, keep your mind off of it.
I don't want to talk to any motherfuckers.
Right? Lindsay told me that try not to talk too much. I'm like, hell yeah. She starts talking.
If you want to talk, that's cool, but don't ask me questions.
She was asking me questions.
No.
Where do you work? And stuff like that. Like, no offense, but
No offense, but
can
shut the fuck up.
let me just zone out.
Right?
Whatever, she wants to build a rapport, build a rapport.
Yeah. I'm worried about people asking, like, the meaning behind it.
Probably will.
Yeah, but also, like, I don't fucking know you. Just put it on my body.
Just a reminder to write. That's my goal, to write. After that song from Back at the Disco.
Yeah,
Speaks to me.
I should just be super lame. Just be like, oh, it's just this song lyric that I heard once, and I thought it was very cool and inspiring.
Remember Lindsay asked me what this meant, and I didn't feel like talking, so I just said, it's the symbol of Church of Satan, instead of just explaining what it means to me.
Oh, you just said
I
what it
didn't
was.
care to explain to what it meant to me, because I didn't feel like talking.
Yeah.
I just wanted to get going.
Yeah. Just like,
So, like, she was just like, huh.
huh.
I don't care.
Can you imagine she's like a sweet Catholic girl, like, praise Jesus. She's tattooing this thing on you, like. She's just like, I gotta go to church twice this week. I gotta pray for this girl. Alright, I think we've talked for long enough.
That was...
Okay, drinking our tea. Today we're doing chapters 49 to 51.
Huh.
So, we're starting with chapter 49, the most epic character
Jon Snow?
of all time. I thought it was Eddard.
Wait, are we doing Jon, Bran?
I think you're too far ahead.
It's been a long time.
Yeah.
I'm confused. I was
been
looking
like
at this, I'm like, did I read this? No. Okay. Ned.
Okay.
Ed, I mean, it's time.
Where we left off, our
Last
characters.
time. Dany eats the stallion heart to bring her son strength. Khal Drogo dumps molten gold on Viserys' head after he threatens to cut out Dany's unborn son.
Damn, Viserys dead?
Finally. King Robert is back, but he is dying.
Dying?
Torn from groin to micker.
What? Whoa, watch it, girl.
Torn from groin to nipple by
Nipple?
a boar.
By a boar.
Ned names Lord Stannis heir and conspires with Littlefinger to remove Cersei.
Fuck you, Cersei.
Okay. Jon is chosen to be Lord Commander's steward. After making his vows, Ghost shows up with a hand in his jaws.
With a hand in his mouth. Jon's a steward. Your face. You're so done with my shit. Oh boy. Me too.
Next.
It's been a long day.
Yeah.
I woke up at 5 this morning.
Gross.
Tomorrow I get to wake up at 4.
Even grosser.
Yup. Alright. Chapter 49, Eddard. Ned is awakened by the thunder of hoofbeats. In the yard below his apartments, Lannister guards are practice fighting with dummies, and Ned wonders if this brave show is for his benefit. If so, that means Cersei has not left King's Landing yet, and this frustrates Ned. At breakfast with his daughters and Septim Ordain, Arya asks if she can have one last lesson with Syrio before taking ship this evening, which Ned allows. Sansa wants to go say goodbye to Joffrey, but Ned doesn't think that's wise, so Sansa runs off crying. Just like every time Sansa makes an appearance, I just want to slap her.
She's a tween.
Yeah, but how much younger is Arya? 2 years?
Yeah, but you remember being freaking 9 versus being a tween.
I guess so. An hour later, Grand Maester Pycelle comes to Ned in his solar. Solar?
I guess.
It's a private chamber, I don't know. And he tells him that Robert is gone.
Oh.
The king is dead. Ned feels as if something in him dies when he hears the nude. Nude? Hello? You can hear nudes now.
Ooh.
Excuse me. When he hears the news, and there's a quote, he would have given all his titles for the freedom to weep. That is so sad. Ugh. Right in the gut. Ned summons the council immediately. Pycelle thinks they should wait until tomorrow, so they all have time to grieve, but Ned says they must convene at once. Sir Barristan arrives first, then Littlefinger, who tells Ned that the task he set him is accomplished. So this was buying the loyalty of the City Watch.
Yeah.
Then Varys arrives and tells Ned that Renly has left the city? Ned's like, huh? He was counting on Renly's support, especially those 100 swords that Renly said he could get him. But yeah, Ned feels like there's something super strange about this. Yeah.
Yep.
You right. Ned takes out Robert's final letter and gives it to the council to read that Lord Eddard Stark... I can't not say Eddard.
Eddard Stark.
Read that Lord Eddard Stark has been named Protector of the Realm until the heir comes of age. Ned thinks to himself that the heir is of age, because he's thinking of Stannis. But he knows none of the council will abandon Joffrey easily. So, although he doesn't like lying, Ned knows he must play the game until he is firmly established as regent and his daughters are safely back in Winterfell. So Ned asks the council to confirm him as Lord Protector, as Robert wished, but he can't tell what any of the council is thinking from their faces. Then the king's steward shows up and tells them the king demands their immediate presence in the throne room. Ned expected Cersei to strike quickly, so he's not surprised. Ned says out loud that the king is dead, but the council goes with the steward anyway. In the throne room, Joffrey is seated on the Iron Throne, and Ned wonders if he will step down as easily as Jaime did the first time Ned was in this room. Sandor Clegane is at the foot of the throne's stair. Behind the throne are around 20 Lannister guardsmen, and all along the walls are the gold-cloaked ranks of the City Watch. So it seems like Littlefinger kept his promise. The City Watch is there, and they outnumber the Lannisters 5-1. Joffrey stands as the council approaches and commands them to make all the necessary arrangements for his coronation. He wishes to be crowned within the fortnight, but today he shall accept oaths of fealty. Ned produces Robert's letter and has Lord Varys give it to Cersei to read. She basically just snorts at it and then rips it into pieces. Damn. Sir Barristan is shocked. He's all like, but those are the king's words.
King's dead.
Yeah.
New
Cersei's
king
like,
now.
We have a new king now, you dumb bitch. Then Cersei tells Ned to bend the knee, and he will be allowed to live out his days in the grey waste he calls home. Ned says, nope.
Bruh, he came so close to getting out of there.
Oh boy, yep. Ned says, ain't no way. No way, Jose. Joffrey has no claim to the throne. Lord Stannis is the true heir. Joffrey screams at Ned that he's a liar, and Princess Myrcella, who's standing next to the queen, is very confused. She's like, Mama, I thought Joffrey was the new king, Mama. Cersei tells Sir Barristan to seize Ned, but Sir Barristan hesitates, allowing Ned's guard to surround him. The Lannister guardsmen then draw their swords and move forward as Joffrey screams at them to kill them all.
Oh, Jesus. Sounds like the Mad King.
Yeah, right. Burn them all! Burn them! Ned tells Cersei she leaves him no choice. He then commands Janos Slynt, the commander of the City Watch, to take the queen and her children into custody, but do them no harm. So Janos Slynt shouts, Men of the Watch! And they all lower their spears. Then the nearest Goldcloak jabs his spear through Fat Tom's body. Yes, that is Ned's Fat Tom. Then Janos Slynt kills another one of Ned's men. Ned notices and shouts, but it's too late. His men are dying all around him. Then Littlefinger decides to join the party. He walks forward, takes Ned's dagger, and shoves it up under Ned's chin, saying he did warn Ned not to trust him. So this motherfucker went to the, what are they called? The City Watch.
Mm-hmm.
And instead bought their loyalty for Cersei or himself. Probably Cersei. For himself, you think?
Yeah.
Yeah, he probably like
He
gave
doesn't
them
serve
instructions.
anyone but himself.
Yeah, but I guess I'm wondering how they would know to attack Ned when Cersei said, or when Ned tells them to attack Cersei.
Oh. Well, he probably
But yeah,
Told
he
them
probably
to-
just told them ahead of time.
that to listen to Cersei, I guess.
Yeah.
But he was still serving himself. Maybe because he's like, let's kill this guy who took my brat.
Yeah. So yeah, Littlefinger's a piece of shit.
Yep.
He betrayed Ned.
That's a creep.
Big old creep. Anyway, that is all. That's chapter 49. Chapter 50 is Arya. Arya is training with Syrio. He's giving her directions as they fight, saying he's going left or up or down, and she responds accordingly, blocking his blow. At one point, though, he says he's going left, and he actually goes right, and he smacks her. She's upset that he lied, but he says that perhaps his words lied, but his arm and his eyes said the truth. Arya wasn't seeing. He explains that watching is not seeing, and he tells her how he became first sword to the Sea Lord of Braavos. So a little Syrio background we're getting here. When Syrio first came into the presence of the Sea Lord had a fat yellow cat on his lap. He asked Syrio if he had ever seen the cat's like, or anything that looked like it, I guess.
Yeah.
And Syrio said, yes, in the alleys of Braavos every day. The cat was an ordinary cat, it turns out, nothing more. Other swordsmen, who had auditioned for the role of First Sword, expected something fabulous, so that is what they saw. They would say it was large or had particularly interesting ears. But Syrio just saw what was there, and Arya starts to understand. Syrio tells her the heart lies and the head plays tricks with us, but the eyes see true.
Mm.
I actually learned something similar in my high school art classes.
Oh, shit.
From none other than our father.
Oh. Oh, shit.
He always said when drawing something from life, like a realistic portrait or like a still life or something, that 80% of your time should be looking at the actual object rather than looking at your drawing.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. The brain does play tricks.
It does.
It'll like tell you something looks a certain way and you'll try to put that down on the paper, but then when you look at it, it looks off. And you're like, the fuck?
Yeah.
That's why you actually need to like use your eyeballs.
Back when I drew Pokemon, it would take me an hour to draw one Pokemon.
Oh, damn.
Because I'm just like... like, I'm very... It has to look perfect to me.
Yeah. Yep.
Mm-mm.
So if you're trying to become a more skilled realist artist, try looking at your object or model more. I'm gonna stop preaching now. Okay. Then the doors fly open and a knight of the Kingsguard, along with 5 Lannister guardsmen, walk in, all fully armored. The knight tells Arya to come with them, and tells her that her father wants to see her. Arya starts to go towards him, but Syrio stops her, and he asks why Lord Eddard would send Lannister men in place of his own. It makes no sense. Arya agrees and refuses to go with them. The knight, whose name is Sir Meryn Trant, tells his men to take her. 3 of them start forward, but Syrio steps between them and tells Arya that they are done for the day and to go find her father. Arya doesn't want to leave him, but starts to retreat. Before she leaves, she sees Syrio begin fighting with the guardsmen, and she realizes he's been toying with her during all of their training sessions, because Syrio is a fucking beast. He's like whirling and twirling and like doing backflips and like cartwheels, and he's like...
And he has a wooden freaking sword.
We'll get to that. But yeah, basically he's just being a bomb-ass bitch.
Yeah.
By the time Arya reaches the back door, Syrio has taken out the 5 Lannister guardsmen, all with a wooden sword. Then the knight comes for him.
Oh, man.
What?
I thought, like, his fight with the Lannisters was so brutal compared to this show. He just smacks them and they fall, and it's like, ah. But, like, in the book, it's brutal. He's breaking bones. He's poking out eyeballs.
He's, like, cracking their, like, necks open. Like,
Yeah, like, he, like, got one guy in the throat and his whole face goes blue.
Yeah.
Like, he's killing them.
Yes!
Yeah.
With a wooden sword.
He's not just knocking them, he's killing
He
them.
is fucking them up. Yeah. And the knight, being a giant pussy, waited to be last. So, after the 5 guardsmen are dead, the night comes for Syrio. Syrio is still fighting well, and still fighting with the training stick. But now the stick is sliced in 2 by Sir Meryn's sword. I guess Sir Meryn's got a heavy swing. Or just like a more badass sword than the others.
Maybe it's a great sword.
Could be. Yeah. So as soon as the stick breaks, Arya bursts into tears and runs out the door. She runs through the castle, everything that Syrio had taught her racing through her head. She eventually makes it to the Tower of the Hand and sees that the door is broken and a dead man is sprawled on the steps. She can't tell who it is, but she can tell it's a northerner. Arya doesn't understand what's happening, but she thinks about what she had overheard that one time in the tunnels. Quote, "If one hand can die, why not a second?" And she's terrified for her father. Arya sneaks to the stables without incident and sees Hullen, the master of horse at Winterfell, slumped on the ground. He had been stabbed too many times to count. But he's still alive! He chokes out that Arya needs to warn her father, and then he dies. Good timing. Stayed alive just long enough to warn Arya. Inside the stable are more bodies and a wagon full of stuff, which must have been meant for their trip to the docks. One of the corpses is Desmond, who, if you recall, was the one who said to Arya that every northerner is worth 10 of these Southron swords. Do you remember him saying that?
Yeah.
But Arya sees that there is only one dead man with the red cloak of Lannister. So she's like, if every northerner is worth 10 of the Southron swords, there should be fucking 10 dead Lannisters here. So she calls Desmond a liar and kicks his corpse. Holy shit! Damn.
She's mad.
Yeah, well she must be freaking out.
Yeah. I can get it.
Yeah. Like, her emotions are just like bursting out of her.
Like, she's a freaking child.
Yeah, and she's terrified. She's about to saddle a horse, but then thinks to look for Needle in the chests on the wagon. When she finds it, a stable boy arrives. He's here to bring Arya to the queen. He comes for her and grabs Arya's arm. Everything Syrio Forel had ever taught Arya flies out of her head in that moment, and she can only remember Jon's first lesson to her. And she sticks the stable boy with the pointy end. She stabs him in the gut, and he dies. Well, you know, after choking a little bit, and he's like, take it out. And then she pulls it out, and he's like, bleh. But the summary, he dies. Yeah. And that's Arya's first kill.
The little fat boy.
I forget what her first kill was in the show. Was it the same?
Yep, fat boy.
I don't remember at all.
I'm set. Go away.
Is that what happened? I need to keep watching it. I stopped watching it for a while.
What the fuck? You're borrowing my DVD. Fucking watch it.
Yeah, it's sitting in my car.
What the? What is it doing in your car?
I've been taking it
waiting to be robbed.
To be robbed.
Yeah.
It's not sitting out in the open. If they were to rob, there's other things they could steal in my car. Actually, no, I don't keep a lot of valuables in my car, actually.
Guess that's the most valuable thing in there.
A
Game of
DVD.
Thrones. Season 1.
No, it's probably, my information. On the registration.
Oh, fuck.
Or maybe the car itself.
Oh, fuck.
Anyway, Arya's about to saddle the horse again, after she killed the boy, but realizes the castle gates will be closed. But there is another way out of the castle. She will have to find that room with the monsters again. It takes her more than an hour, but she eventually finds it, and when she gets inside, the monsters do not frighten her, and she's able to recognize that they're dragons. As she creeps through the darkness, she remembers her first time in Winterfell's crypts. Robb had taken her, Sansa, and baby Bran down there. He took them all the way down to the end, where they heard a low, shivery sound, and a spirit stepped out of an open tomb, pale white and moaning for blood. Sansa had shrieked and ran for the stairs, and Bran had burst into tears, but Arya stood her ground and gave the spirit a punch. Because it was only Jon covered with flour. And the memory makes Arya smile. And it makes me smile because this is so fucking cute. How wholesome is this?
Thank you for these wholesome memories.
Yeah. Aw, so cute. Anyway, that's the end of Arya's chapter. Do you have anything I missed?
One thing,
Yes.
and it was totally random at the beginning of the chapter, but tigers with pouches? She was describing a bunch of different animals, and tigers with pouches was one. And I was like, what the hell is that? Just a new mystical animal, or is it describing an animal?
I never know with Game of Thrones.
Yeah.
Because sometimes they're describing something, they just don't use the term that we use.
Like, what was the alligators that you knew?
Yeah, they called it
lion?
lizard lions.
Yeah.
Yeah. And they also, like, there's zebras later on, but they just call them the striped horses.
Yeah. So, that's not confusing.
Yeah, so it's a
Tigers with
tiger
pouches.
with a pouch. Is that exactly how it's described?
Yeah, tigers with pouches.
Okay, let me think.
I'm trying to think of, like, are they called marsupials?
Marsupials? The ones that have
Pouches?
I think so.
I'm thinking of one of those that are striped.
There's koalas and kangaroos.
Not striped.
I don't... Is that it? Is there more?
There is. There is. I mean, I know opossums are. They have
Are they?
pouches. Yeah, striped marsupials.
Marsupials.
That are striped. Oh shit. Is it the numbat?
Numbat. Oh, the
I mean,
sugar glider is a
It's
marsupial.
just the cutest little rodent looking thing. A tiger with a pouch.
Maybe.
I feel like calling it a tiger is a bit of a stretch.
Just a tad. Did not find an answer. I'm gonna assume it's a new creature.
Cool.
Okay. Moving on. Gross.
Excuse me.
Chapter 51.
Sansa.
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 They came for Sansa on the third day. She had been cooped up in her room with Jane Poole. Jane was being a big baby.
I thought you were gonna say a big bitch for a second.
She had been weeping and weeping for the entire time, and nothing would console her. Sure, Sansa had wept too on the first day, but that was because she was so confused and no one would tell her anything. That night they had thrown Jane into her room, and she would just scream and scream that they're killing everyone.
Jesus.
Oh, jeez, I wonder why she's distraught.
Sansa's just fucking living in fantasy land. It's just like, you don't know what you're talking about, Jane. Killing everyone.
No.
You are mistaken. You must be.
They were fed 3 times a day, but the servants would not talk to them and would run away when Sansa or Jane would try to question them. At sunset on the second day, a great bell rang, long and slow, and Sansa knew that the king is dead. When she went to sleep that night, she dreamt of her beautiful Joffrey on the throne, and she was seated beside him in a gown of gold, while everyone she ever knew bent the knee to them.
Wow. Okay, one thing though, they ring the bells for Robert now?
Yeah, I was
This
confused.
is like way late.
Yeah. 3 days after the carnage. So like 3 days after he passes away, then
3
they ring
days
the
later
bell.
they announce his death.
Yeah.
So,
Or was it 2 days later? Because it was on the second day at night. Sunset of the second day.
I suppose. But still, like, makes me wonder what the hell Cersei was doing all that time. I guess just like taking out Ned's men.
Yep, you know what they were doing. They were wiping clean.
Fuck.
The next morning, Sir Boros Blount of the King's Guard came to escort her to the Queen. Sir Boros is very ugly, but Sansa knows her courtesies, and she remarked on how handsome he is.
Ugh. She doesn't think anyone has value unless they're attractive.
Yeah. She thinks life is a song. She says hello to all the guards and the Lannister men, and makes a point not to look at any of the dead bodies for fear she might know them. Sir Boros brings Sansa to the council chambers, where Queen Cersei, Lord Peter Baelish, Grand Maester Pycelle, and Lord Varys are waiting for her. They are all wearing black mourning clothes. The Queen is wearing a high-collared black silk gown with 100 teardrop-shaped dark red rubies sewn into her bodice, covering her from neck to bosom. It almost looks like the
Did you say bosom?
Yup.
Bosom.
Bosom. From neck to bosom. It almost looks like the queen is weeping blood.
Oh damn, that is quite the
I really
image.
like that visual.
Yeah, for a moment I was like, why are you describing the dress? Like, it's cool, but
no,
that's
a cool dress. Cersei apologizes for not coming to see Sansa when she had asked for her. She was too busy, and asks how she had been treated. Sansa assures her that she had been treated well, but no one had told them what's going on. Cersei's confused by the plural, them. Sir Boros pipes up that they put the steward girl with her, and the queen is angry. What tales must she have been filling Sansa's head with?
Don't worry, Sansa doesn't believe them.
Yeah. Sansa says that Jane is just scared, and asks if Jane can see her father. The queen looks at her counselors and asks what they should do with the girl. Lord Peter volunteers to find a place for her. Scary?
Yeah.
Whoa.
Because that clearly means
He's
gonna take her to a brothel and make her a whore.
Yeah. Damn.
Oh my god.
Bro. The queen commands Sir Boros to bring the girl to Lord Peter's apartments and to tell her that he is going to take her to her father.
They're lying to her. And they're gonna go make her a whore.
Yeah.
That is so fucked.
Sansa's confused. Is Jane in trouble? She's a good girl. Cersei tells her not another word about the girl. They have something else to talk about. Sansa sits beside the queen and feels Littlefinger staring at her. Something about the way he looked at her made her feel naked.
Ew! Littlefinger is so gross.
He's so gross.
You know what I kind of hate, though?
What?
In the show, the actor is actually so charming.
Mm.
He's really likable.
But that's Littlefinger. He's
Yeah.
fucking charming, but he's fucking creep.
Yeah,
Like-
so you kind of...
I think
like
he did
him.
a good job being a creep, though, when it came to Sansa. When you saw them,
Yeah.
like, there was some parts where I was like,
Yeah, so
gross.
it's like every time I watched him on screen, I was very conflicted.
Mhm.
Because I was like, you're fucking disgusting, and I hate you, and you were like the lowest of the low scumbag. But then he would like make a witty comment, and I'd be like, my boy.
the actor is really good.
Yeah, he was. Wait, I need to give
Whatever
him
his
some
name is.
respect right now.
Some props.
I need to give him some props. Actor of Little... That's not how you spell little. Littlefinger. Aidan Gillen.
Aiden?
He is 51.
Damn. He looks good.
Yeah, he looks good.
Cersei starts by telling
He's Irish.
Pro-
Sorry. Go on.
Cersei starts by telling Sansa how much she and Joffrey love her, but she has grave news. Her father is a traitor, and she can't have a traitor's daughter marrying her son.
This is so manipulative. Oh my god.
Sansa thinks there is a mistake. Her father would never betray the king, and she has to marry Joff. She loves him. And she tells Cersei so. Cersei knows how much she loves Joff. Why else did she come running to her to tell her that her father meant to send her back to Winterfell? Oh my god, Sansa. Oh my god.
This bitch. I didn't even catch that when I read it.
No, this whole thing. Oh my god. Because you didn't catch that. So after she tells Cersei sends her to her room. The guards lock it. Carnage. Yes.
Oh.
Sansa did this.
Oh. Oh my god. I
Yeah.
can't.
Yeah.
I fucking can't.
Sansa begs her. She has to marry Joff. She'll be a good wife and a good queen. She promises. Cersei
I want to
looks-
hit her so bad.
Cersei Cersei looks to the council and asks what they should do. Lord Varys thinks Sansa is sweet, but her father stands condemned. Grand Maester says betrayal runs in bloodlines. Sansa is horrified. She would never betray Joffrey. Cersei says she wants to trust her, but she remembers when her sister set her wolf on Joffrey. Sansa cries that she's not like Arya. Arya has traitor's blood, not her.
You have the same blood.
Lord Peter says Sansa is more like the mother. She's the very image.
Ew.
Gross.
Can you stop commenting on her looks?
Cersei tells her that in order to prove her trustworthiness, she must write a letter to her mother and eldest brother to tell them that their father betrayed the king. Even though she loves Joffrey so much, she doesn't know if she has the courage to write such things of her father. She tells Cersei...
At least she has the tiniest moment.
Tiniest.
Literally the tiniest moment of what do you even call it?
Empathy.
No.
Morals. Ethics.
Yeah. Ethics.
Self-reflection.
Morality. Self-reflection.
Love
loyalty.
for her family.
Yeah, loyalty perhaps. Go on.
Where am I? She tells Cersei that she doesn't know what to write, but Cersei assures her that she will tell her. Sansa also needs to write that she is safe and being treated well, and to bid them to come to King's Landing to swear fealty to the king. If she does that, when she has her first blood, then she can marry King Joffrey.
Gross.
Sansa is about to put pen to paper, then pauses. Perhaps if she can just speak to her Lord Father. Cersei is disappointed. Why would Sansa want to speak to a traitor? Sansa stutters. She just wants to know if he's okay. Yes, he's not been harmed. She asks what's to come of him, and Maester Pycelle says that is up to the king. Sansa immediately calms down. She knows Joffrey will show mercy. He loves her. Cersei said so. She writes 4 letters to her mother, her brother, her aunt, Lady Lysa Arryn, and her grandfather, Lord Hoster Tully. Lord Varys stamps the letters with the direwolf seal, and Sansa is returned to her chambers. Jane Poole is gone. Sansa is relieved that there will be no more crying, but she also notices how lonely she is. She grabs her favorite novel and begins to read. It's not until she's about to drift off to sleep that she realizes she forgot to ask about Arya.
What a good sister.
That's that.
Honestly, that might be the most frustrating chapter that we've read so far. The whole time I was just like, my hands were clenched around the book. I was like sweating into the paper. Because I was like, Sansa, you dumb fucking little fucking piece of fucking...
Oh man.
Yep. Anywho.
That's that.
Yep. Next time on Tea is Good, Books Are Bad. We need to wrap this shit up. We are over time.
Just put your shit in there and bounce.
Yeah. I always feel like we need to have some sort of conclusion, but I never have one.
Well, this is it, guys. That's 3 chapters. Until next time.
Well, where are we at right now in the book?
Yeah, I think we have like another 3 weeks.
Oh my god.
Well,
Wait, 3 weeks of recording?
Yeah, 3 more recordings.
Okay, so that would be
No,
6,
a month and a half.
6 or 7 more episodes after this one? Or after the next one?
Yeah.
Damn! Holy shit. It feels like we're flying through it. Is it just me, or does it feel like we're flying through it?
I mean, honestly, we started reading this a while back.
Yeah, but it doesn't feel that way to me.
Because the book is so good.
I guess so.
And then we have a lot of opinions.
A lot of opinions, a lot of, we went into this already, like, invested.
Yeah.
Because we feel like we know the characters and shit already.
We're big Game of Thrones fans.
Yeah. So it makes sense. And we we know the story, we know the world already, so
Yeah.
it, like, we feel like we understand it, so we'd probably go through it quicker that way too.
Most likely.
Maybe someone who was brand new to it would, like, you know, pause to kind of figure things out more often.
Yeah, 'cause the book is dense. So you
Yeah.
can tell with the 3 chapters per episode.
It is very dense.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Okay. Well, that was a conclusion. There we go. All right, time for the pre-recorded end credits. If you want more of the podcast, please follow us on Instagram. The podcast is Tigbab Podcast, Tigbab. You can also follow us individually. Mine is Crimby and Jess's is Jess.Egan24. You can also find us on Facebook if you search Tigbab Podcast again, or just search Tea is Good, Books Are Better. You can find the page there. Please also check out our friend Baram Barami on YouTube. He made our jingle that you heard at the beginning of this episode, and he's super dope and deserves all the love in the world, so let's give him some. We also have a Patreon, so if you want to give us some extra support, you can check us out on there, patreon.com/teaisgoodbooksArebetter. We do have some cool tiers with different rewards, so you will get something in return for your contribution, but we do just appreciate you listening as well. And please don't forget to share the podcast with your friends, because word of mouth is the best way for us to grow, and we really need your help to keep growing. All right, and that's it, folks. Come back next week for some John, Bran, and Daenerys.
Yeah, I like Bran.
Aw. Were you excited to get a Bran chapter? Yeah. I feel like I've had lots of chapters with all my characters recently.
You
so
have.
I'm like sweating from all the hard lifting I'm doing.
You know who I haven't had in a while? Tyrion.
Oh yeah, Tyrion.
Hmm.
Oh yeah. The last time we left him, he was heading.
He just made the deal with the hill folk.
Right.
That's it. Nothing else.
Right. Interesting.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. When was the last Catelyn one?
I think it was when
Because that was also when
it was close to where
Tyrion.
Tyrion was Tyrion's trial.
It was right before Tyrion's, I think. Yeah. So Catelyn was even further back.
Yeah, so it was around there.
Cool. Anyway. Alright, that's it. We're cutting it here. Thanks for listening, y'all. Bye-bye. Say bye, Jess.
Adios.